That's what we use for our cups. Have you ever tried the RAO sauce? And that Costco, it's really good. This is the time. Oh. I just take them. Like off it.
We're gonna
It's a
move
hard
to it,
one.
it can't be words.
Just when I move. It's not easy. Huh?
So let me, should I text Jeff? Just to make sure. Let me, turn on that.
I'm here.
There you are, yes. Okay. We are ready when you are.
Do I state that Kimberly's online during the call to order or until we approve the agenda?
I think we'll improve the agenda.
Okay.
So I would like to call to order the meeting, the Desert Healthcare District Program Committee meeting at 12:03 p.m. Well, first off, I would like to state that Kimberly is exercising AB 2449 emergency circumstances to join the meeting today remotely. Is there a motion to approve the agenda for today?
So move.
Is there a second? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jeff, doesn't the committee also have to approve Kimberly joining us remotely for AB 2449?
Yes.
So the committee, you two need to approve that it's okay for her to join remotely.
Okay,
Do we like a motion?
Yes.
Okay, so I moved the approval of Kimberly joining remotely.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the July 12th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll move on to public comment. At this time, comments from the audience may be made on items not listed on the agenda that are of public interest and within the subject matter jurisdiction of the district. The committee has a policy of limiting speakers to not more than 3 minutes. The committee cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda. Public input may be offered on an agenda item when it comes up for discussion and or action. Are there any public comments at this time?
There are no public comment.
Okay, we'll move on to E, Chief Executive Officer Report on Behavioral Health Data Walk.
Thank you, Director Buzzkill. So in your packet is a staff report that's related to the work that the staff has been doing on a behavioral health component related to resilient youth and families by advancing mental and behavioral health support. So there's been a lot of work around this with the data walk. And you recall it originally started with the potential relationship with the RAP Foundation, and in further meetings with RAP, we decided that it was better to do our own things for this process, and so that it better aligns with our strategic planning work. It was defined a few months back that we would consider a 500,000 component for this piece of work. However, staff is recommending that we commit $1 million so that we actually have opportunity to continue this work for a 2-year period, which would be better to have better results from that process. So that's the recommendation from staff. I don't know if Donna, if you have any additional comments that you would like to make with that.
Only that this is being consistent with the past RFPs that we've had, which usually been $1 million over a 2-year period, so we can at least get measure impact. And when Chris mentioned that we're kind of like going our own way on this one, this was actually information and data that we took as a result of a previous grant RFP, building upon the impact that we made on that and the barriers and challenges that came out. So kind of building up on past RFPs and grant awards, which I think is the whole purpose of an RFP. I don't know, Megan, if you want to add anything.
No. Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, are there any public comments? That I've asked first, huh?
That's okay. There are no public comments at this time.
Okay, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, it will be forwarded to the board for final approval. Move on to program updates. The first one is progress and financial report update. I believe it's attached in the packet. Does anyone have any questions regarding the progress?
No questions from me.
None for me either.
Are there any public comment on the progress and financial?
No public comments.
Okay, we'll move on to number 2, grant application status report. It's also included in the packet. Are there any questions regarding the grant application status and report?
None for me.
No questions for me either.
Okay, and is there any public comment from?
No public comments.
Okay, we'll move on to grant payment schedule, also included in the packet. Are there any questions regarding the grant payment schedule?
No.
Public comment?
No public comments.
Okay, so we'll move on to grant funding actions. So the first one is grant number 1519 for Alianza Nacional de Campesinas Incorporated, Coachella Food Distributions for 75,000.
Yes, everything is listed in the staff report. What the use of funds are going to be for, and I think you might have heard the past board meeting when Alianza Nacional was there with quite a few representatives and talked about the food insecurity problem, as well as, you know, how the current administration's changes are affecting their food distribution, the need. So.
Is there any questions or comments regarding the grant before we ask for a motion?
No, I have a comment that I think it's a good complement to the allocation defined. And to your point, Donna, with the fear that's in the community, people not even accessing food at a grocery store. So this is vital.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I know that it's not one of our it's not a high priority, but then it's also not a very high ask. So I think it kind of balances or compensates, and definitely there's a need, and I second or echo Director Rodriguez's comments. And so, yeah, I'd be supporting it. I move this item forward.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Excuse me, we should probably vote, please.
Okay.
Thank you. So, Secretary Barraza,
Yes.
Vice President, Rodriguez.
Yes.
And President Perez-Gil.
Yes. No president.
I'm sorry, Chair Perez-Gil, thank you.
Okay, so we'll forward that one to the board for final approval. Number 2 is grant number 1499, Clínicas de Salud del Pueblo, DBA Intercare, Coachella Valley Teaching Health Center Program to address primary care physician shortage, $5,263,551 over a 3-year period. Is there any, I believe the information's in the packet. Does anyone have any questions regarding the information that was provided in the packet?
No, maybe we can get a recap of like the contingency, like provisions or items that we included. Just a quick recap of it.
Probably Jeff on that.
Jeff, you want to do it or you want me to?
Yeah, I was just looking, it should be in your packet there. We've we've satisfied all the legal concerns. I think in order for the program, we're talking about the Intercare matter or?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we've satisfied, they need to get I believe it's, I can't see it in front of me, but I think the contingencies, if you tell me what page that's on, Chris.
I can read the contingencies.
Yeah, yeah,
And then you can
Uh-huh.
respond to them, so.
yeah,
Okay,
so first,
so there, so the first one is Intercare's successful recruitment and retention of a program director. Item 2 is successful on-site accreditation by the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education, aka ACGME. And item 3 is review and approval of the affiliation template and final agreement. And number 4 is district approval of the grant agreements, which will include funds being set up on a reimbursement basis.
yes, so the item 1, they've got to have, in order for this program to move forward and to be properly accredited, they have to have a successful recruitment and retention of a program director, and that Intercare agrees with that. And also an on-site accreditation by the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education, ACGME. Those are 2 conditions that have to be fulfilled for this program to move forward, and they understand that, and we've agreed with them. Finally, they've got an affiliation template and final agreement. I've reviewed the template and it looks fine. It's well in order, and as long as the final agreement's not and I'm assured that that's not going to really change, that the final agreement will be the same from a legal standpoint. We're satisfied with that. And then finally, they have to, we have a standard agreement with that'll set forth the reimbursement and the basis for how this will be funded throughout it. So overall, we're satisfied with all the legal concerns.
Thank you for that recap.
Does anyone have any questions?
I would move approval.
We need to ask for any.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Comments?
Are there any
I was
public
asking-
comments? I don't think so.
I was asking for them first if they had any questions, but is there any public comment?
We do have representatives from Intercare here online as well, if anybody cares to make a statement or add any information.
I have a question. Is there a projected timeline of when the program coordinator will be hired, or how long it's gonna take before this gets started?
Conrado, can you answer that question, please? From Yvette? Where'd he go?
All right. We have one candidate that we are interviewing. So it depends on whether that candidate is the right candidate and when we can finalize an agreement with that person. So it might take 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks.
Okay. So you're hoping to have this probably start moving in the right direction within the next 3 months? Basically, right? That's 12 weeks.
Yes, the program is already moving in the right direction since we got accreditation as a sponsoring institution.
Yes,
Taking
but-
the additional steps that are needed requires having a program director and then applying for the family medicine program accreditation. And after that, they will come with the recruitment of residents.
Okay, I'm just asking because I don't see a curriculum or anything else, right? So I'm just wondering, that's why I'm asking how long it's gonna take before it gets, to that point. But that's fine, thank you.
The
Carmela has her hand raised.
program director will be developing the curriculum.
Okay, Carmela, you have a question?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to make a comment about the curriculum. I am working on generic information for family medicine. However, that all has to be finalized by the program director. And so we want to keep moving forward so that when the program director does come on board, we haven't lost ground. And so it will go much faster by having some of this kind of skeleton templated out, but then the program director will put his or her own touch on the curriculum itself. And in that process is also bringing faculty on board to actually do the teaching. And so that while we know where the locations are going to be, we haven't finalized any of the faculty because that's really a program director responsibility. It's kind of hard to say, well, when so-and-so gets on board, would you like to work with them? And they don't even know who that is. So it's kind of that kind of stuff happens very quickly once the program director's on.
Okay. Are there any other public comments?
There are none.
So you made the motion, right?
Yeah, I'll move to approve or send to the board for approval.
Okay, can I get a roll call, Andrea?
Was there a second?
Oh, I thought
Kimberly's
Kimberly's
frozen.
done.
No, thank you.
So we need a second to approve the,
I second.
okay. And so, Secretary Barraza,
Yes.
Vice President Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Chair Perez Gill.
No.
No, okay.
Move on to the next grant, number 1511, Visión y Compromiso, expanded access to mental health services for children and families in the Coachella Valley for $193,145. I believe that the information is in the packet. Does anyone have any questions regarding the information provided?
Have we granted to them before for this?
Yes, they have two open
That's
grants
what
with us.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have no questions on it.
Is there any public comment?
There is no public comment.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Not second.
All those in favor?
We have to do.
Oh, yeah, roll call, sorry.
Secretary Barraza,
Yes.
Vice President Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Chair Perez Gill.
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to committee member comments. Are there any committee member comments at this time?
For me.
Okay.
No comments.
I'll adjourn the meeting at 12:18 PM and we'll move directly into the foundation part of the meeting.
Nice. It's great to you.
Oh, there was also, before we,
Thank you.
call to order, Millie, just want to thank the committee.
At least, oh, that's nice.
Jill,
At least
here.
thanking us. Okay.
For your effort and work in this.
Thank you, Millie. Appreciate the gratitude.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order, the foundation meeting to order at 12:19 PM. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So
Kimberly is attending